And welcome back. Well, our next guest lost her brother to brain cancer 21 years ago. And since then, the family has been on a mission to find a cure so no one else has to go through what they did.
Cara, Wolfe Olson is back with details of the run with Wolves. And Laremy Saca is also here. He is a brain cancer survivor. Great to see both of
thanks
you.
for being here.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it. I want to talk about your brother in just a second, but I want to start with you, Laremy. Your diagnosis, because we've chatted with you before, was back in 2014.
Yeah.
Okay, so about 5 years ago. It's just interesting what kind of happened in that maybe doctors thought you had a cold. It seemed like something routine.
Yeah, it was, I could always find something else what it was. It was I had a cold, I was stuffed up, and I was touch lightheaded and dizzy, but didn't really know what it was. I would go to urgent. I went one time to urgent care. They just said just a cold. Then on the day after Christmas, we were up by little town of Melrose, and we drove back here. It was about a 3-hour drive. And I got home that night and I asked my wife, "What do we do today?" She goes, "What?" She goes, "You better go to urgent care." So I went to urgent care and they said, "Nothing." Well, just wasn't sure, so we made an appointment with my family doctor, and he scheduled us a CT scan. Well, scheduled the CT scan. I couldn't get in until January 8th. Well, on January 8th, I went in for the CT scan. They rushed me to ER for MRI. Next day, I had brain surgery. They had to remove the tumor. So that's how quick it went down. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, just to think, like you said, like that misdiagnosis that can happen, that it takes getting to that serious of a level that you can't remember what happened that day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible. Now, your brother, who passed away 21 years ago, how did he find out that he had brain cancer?
Yeah, it was similar kind of thing where it was like headaches, and he would have almost kind of like these little pauses. And what was interesting is he would talk about this metallic taste in his mouth, and it was like something's just not quite right when these pauses kept kind of coming, closer and closer. CT scan, MRI, and that was the diagnosis, and immediately starting into treatment.
Wow.
How long was it from the point where he was finally diagnosed to his death?
It was 5 years. Yep. So he was 23 when he was diagnosed, and then passed away when he was 28.
It's interesting how it affects young, healthy men. That's what I can't get over.
Right.
And not exclusively, of course, but I mean,
right.
The examples we're talking about today.
Absolutely. Well, I think what's so interesting is that through our journey with this, and that's kind of why we started it, right? We just didn't want anybody else to go through what we went through, but we've connected with amazing families. We've got, the Millers, who are good friends of ours, who lost their daughter when she was 14. We've got a good friend of ours that passed away a number of years ago, who was actually part of our committee, who was diagnosed with a brain tumor and passed away. You've had as well.
Oh yeah, and it's brain cancer. You hear about it, and you're like, now that you're involved with it, you're like, it's so much more present than actually you thought before. Because before I had it, I'm like, maybe heard of it, but not really.
Yeah.
But then it happened with me. Then we met, the Wolfe family and stuff. But then you start finding out, like a good friend of mine just lost his wife, Mindy. Carl Durst just lost his wife, Mindy, to brain cancer. She is 43-year-old and just passed away, with brain cancer, and it's like all around you, and it's like, wow, we really got to look at this and see what we can do.
And where's your prognosis at?
My prognosis is positive. I go in now every 4 months for MRIs to monitor, but they just keep monitoring that, and I got a great doctor and a team, and it's great to go there, and you feel nervous ahead of time, but you get there like, oh God, am I off today or not? When you get there, it's like, his thumbs up. He said, "We're good." Said, "Just we'll see you back in 4 months or whatever." So
that's great.
It's cute. I know you did chemo for 2.5 years, which is a long time. So you have this wonderful event. I can't believe it's 10 years. We got these great mugs.
Here's one of my mugs from when you were here in the beginning.
Yeah. So it's run with Wolves. There you go. And on the back, it's like celebrating the 10 years. And here's the one from years past.
This is from one of the first years you were on the show. It was one of my favorite years. This mug. When you were here in 2013, I use this all the time on the show.
So great.
So we finally have an updated mug.
You do. Right. 10 years in running. Here we are, right?
So the money is important. The money that you raise, and you guys have raised a lot of money over the years.
So we actually started as a golf outing. My dad started that. He's the driving force of it all. And then 10 years ago, we said, let's expand and add the second sister event, right? And so we've raised just over $1 million, and our goal is to continue to race to $2 million now. It all goes to UW Carbone Cancer Center, and so we've got a fellow that is doing clinical trials that are really to make a difference, because our goal is to just end brain cancer.
Yeah,
that's our goal, is to find a cure.
That would be wonderful.
Bucky Badger's going to be there.
Bucky will be there. Yep, he will run right in with that. It's going to be good.
That's fantastic, and it's this Sunday. There's a 10 a.m. start, but registration starts at 8:30 in the morning. So head on down. You can actually sign up the day of the event, which is wonderful. It's at Menominee Park. I hope you guys have great weather. It's Run with Wolves. Look for the spelling there, .org on your screen. I hope it's just a great turnout.
How long is the run?
It's a 5K.
5K.
It's a
So not
trail
even
run.
everybody can do
Yes,
it.
run,
Okay.
walk, jog, crawl, whatever you got to do.
A lot of kids, are coming there to participate. And everyone's there to have fun.
That will be fun.
Wonderful.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank
Great
you very
to
much
see
for
you.
having us.
Keep up the
Thanks so
great
much,
work.
you guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.